Discover St. Charles. Book your stay now at discoverstcharles.com.
Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Whether it's a long line at the amusement park,
45 minutes,
waiting to get inside the club, or getting stuck at the DMV. Nobody likes to wait. Mercy is eliminating the wait for great health care. Our online tools mean you can get the care you need now. Mercy Now. More of what you need now. Visit mercynow.net.
Get cozy this fall with the Cardinals flannel presented by Equifax. Join us at the ballpark on Sunday, September 21st for the last home game of the regular season when the Cardinals host the Brewers. 20,000 fans, 16 and older, coming through the gates at Busch Stadium will snag this comfy flannel, perfect for showing your Cardinals pride. It's your chance to wear the season and the team like a true fan. Don't miss out. Tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Alec Burleson, St. Louis Cardinals, for the Lou.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just...
In St. Louis, and it's Will Benson back in the lineup.
Healthcare provider for the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Children's.
Nice swings of late. He's the subject of
bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Reds baseball is also brought to you by Hayes & Sons. We do restoration right. Your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Penn Station East Coast Subs, the official cheesesteak of the Reds. Order online today.
The Reds are on the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
Hi, this is TJ Friedel. Through Reds Country Cares, we want to help bring awareness to this great cause.
With compassion and care, Central Clinic Behavioral Health supports mental wellness because healing not only helps individuals, it strengthens families and builds healthier communities. Join them at the fundraiser Vibes and Lives October 23rd. Register at centralclinic.org. Central Clinic Behavioral Health. Hope starts here.
To learn more about Reds Country Cares, visit reds.com/unity.
Tree on your roof? Fire damage or flooded basement? Water and storm damage happens fast this time of year. For over 43 years, Hayes & Sons has been restoring water damage in Ohio and Kentucky homes and businesses. They'll help you navigate your insurance claim and get your life back on track. So, when property damage strikes, tell your insurance agent you want Hayes & Sons for your restoration work. For more information, please visit hayesondsons.com.
What could be better than watching America's favorite pastime with America's favorite fruit snacks? During this homestand, enjoy Welch's Fusion's juicy-filled fruit snacks as part of the Kroger meal deal for just $9.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuña Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, El Béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
It's Friedel, Lux, Marte, Stewart, Benson, Stevenson, De La Cruz, Hayes, and McLean with Abbott pitching. Now for Oliver Marmol's St. Louis Cardinals, they've dropped 6 of their last 7, falling to 73 and 78 on the year. They are now 4.5 back in the wild card. Leading off, the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Hitting second, the designated hitter, Ivan Herrera. At third base, batting third, Nolan Arenado. The first baseman, Alec Burleson, hits fourth. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Thomas Sajaci. Lars Nootbaar's in left field. He hits sixth. Batting seventh and catching, Pedro Pajes. In right field, Jordan Walker. He bats eighth. Nathan Church plays center field and bats ninth. On the mound for the Cardinals, right-hander Michael McGreevy. Again, Donovan, Herrera, Arenado, Burleson, Sajaci, Nootbaar, Pajes, Walker, and Church with McGreevy pitching. The umpires tonight. At home plate, Will Little, Ryan Addison's at first. Ryan Wills is at second. Lance Barksdale, the crew chiefs, around at third. Pleasantly good win yesterday. We've talked about how much the Reds have been struggling with runners in scoring position. You kind of hope that they, after having a nice night offensively last night, like we talked about with Tito, can carry that over tonight.
Well, you always hope that begins a little bit of momentum, but they say in baseball, momentum is tomorrow's starting pitcher, and I like the Reds' chances with Andrew Abbott on the mound here tonight.
It's the Reds and Cardinals. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. TJ Friedel standing in to get it started against this right-hander, Michael McGreevy. The Reds have already seen him this year. McGreevy into his windup, and the first pitch of the game is on the way. Swinging a foul straight back. 0-1 on TJ Friedel. The Reds faced him back on August the 30th. It's actually a rematch of this game. McGreevy allowed just 1 run on 5 hits across 6 innings and a 4-2 Cardinal victory. McGreevy, 25 years old, the right-hander into his windup and home with the 0-1 pitch. Friedel takes up and away. That'll even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. McGreevy, a first-round pick, 18th overall selection of the Cardinals back in 2021 out of UC Santa Barbara. McGreevy into his windup, the 1-1 pitch, and Friedel drives it to right field. Going back on it, the right fielder Walker, but he'll make the catch. A step shy of the track in deep right field. Friedel is the first out.
I think, Tommy, tonight against Michael McGreevy, you're going to see the Reds swinging the bats. One thing that this guy does almost as well as anybody in all the game of baseball is throw strikes. He's only walked 4% of the batters that he has faced this year. Only one pitcher in Major League Baseball has done better.
McGreevy made 4 appearances last year for the Cardinals. 3 of those were starts. This year he's making his 14th start, pitching in his 15th game tonight. First pitch to Gavin Lux. His backdoor breaking ball for a called strike. It's 0-1. Lux snapped a 1-for-21 drought. Actually snapped an 0-for-21 drought with a triple in the 4th inning of Sunday's game. The 0-1 pitch, and Lux takes low and outside. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike now on Gavin Lux. 263, 5 home runs, 50 driven in as Lux bats here with the bases empty and 1 out. McGreevy out of the windup, home with the 1-1. And Lux watches a strike across the top of the zone. A cutter from McGreevy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tonight's Timstar game time temperature on a beautiful night. Here in St. Louis, 90 degrees, perfectly clear skies. Get complete home comfort with the Timstar heating and cooling system. Find your local Timstar dealer, timstar.com. Swing and a miss at a off-speed pitch down and away. It was a breaking ball for McGreevy, and Lux swings right over it. He's down on strikes, 2 away in the first.
McGreevy's 3 first pitches are his fastball. He only throws it about 92, 93. That's a couple of miles slower than Major League average. He's got a slider, and he's got a little bit of a cutter that he works in there as well.
Now McGreevy will go to work against Noelvi Marte, 1 for 4 last night. McGreevy turns it loose, and Marte sends a long fly ball deep right field. Walker back on the track at the 375 sign. He makes the catch just in front of the Cardinal bullpen. Side retired. The Reds are out in order in the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Reds 0, Cardinals coming up on the Reds Radio Network.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
And what do we got? Oh, it's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen. Gino Hackett, his heels a little high. It's airmailed into right field.
Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward.
Trying a little trickeration. Nobody fell for it. It's worth a shot. Why not?
Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market them, like the Grimace.
Yeah.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went and figure out what we're gonna call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother, so that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Hi, this is Tim O'Connell, Senior Vice President of Ballpark Operations at the Cincinnati Reds. From the first pitch to the final out, SBM ensures every seat shines. Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not the grime.
Rise and shine the right way with Tom Brenneman. Tomorrow morning at 5 on 700 WLW.
Brendan Donovan leads it off, a left-handed batter against the left-handed throwing Andrew Abbott. His first pitch is on the way, and Donovan takes down and away for ball one. The count is 1-0 on Brendan Donovan, who was 3 for 5 last night with a run scored and an RBI. Donovan hitting .283, 10 home runs, 47 batted in. The left-hander waits on the 1-0. Here it is, and it's cranked to deep right field. Going back in a hurry, Marte on the track, turns, and it's off the wall, and it shoots back into center field. TJ Friedel over to play the carom. Donovan's into second, standing with a double. He didn't miss a home run by much. It was about a third of the way up the fence in right field.
Brendan Donovan was the player that at the very end of the game last night with a couple outs in the 9th inning and the Cardinals down by 5, he dropped a bunt down the third baseline and he chapped a few of the Reds players in the process. This time in the early goes yard as that ball hit off the very deep part of the right center field fence.
Good thing TJ Friedel was able to play that off the wall, and he barely did. Otherwise, it would have been off to the races for Donovan. Ground ball chopped foul, third base side. It took a funky bounce. The wall in right field where the bullpens are is a low padded wall and a chain link fence above that. So it hit right in the crook there where the padded wall meets the chain link fence down to the bottom of the wall. The pitch is too low. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Ivan Herrera. So it hit that little nook and then shot back, and it definitely got by Marte, almost got by Friedel too, coming over from center. 1-ball, 1-strike on Herrera. The pitch to him is taken a little bit low, change up over the outer half, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike in Herrera's favor.
Herrera would like to get that runner to third base, but he's a pull hitter. I mean, the Reds are playing him to pull. This guy loves to just rip that ball to left field.
Wide open stance, batting right-handed against the left-handed thrower, and he swings and chops it foul. Third base side, it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Ivan Herrera.
Sometimes when you've got a situation like this and you've got a hitter that needs to hit the ball to the right side, if he never does it, it's probably better off just to leave him. Just go ahead and swing the bat and see what happens.
Abbott home with a 2-2. And there's a ground ball right side. Through the right side and into right for a base hit. Up with it quickly, Marte. They will hold Donovan at third base, and now the Cardinals have him at the corners with nobody out.
Well, Andrew Abbott gave a perfect pitch to go the other way. It was a fastball on the outer part of the plate. It could be that Herrera was thinking 2 strikes. I'm going to protect the dish a little bit. That's a good bit of hitting.
Now Nolan Arenado. Arenado has been a thorn in the Reds side historically. Last night, no different. 2 for 4. Double and an RBI for Arenado. And the first pitch to him here is cut on and missed. Change up down and away for strike 1. 238, 10 homers, 44 driven in. Last night was Arenado's first game back after missing 40 games with a shoulder. 0-1 on Arenado. Abbott delivers, and Arenado takes up and away. Abbott's really thrown the ball well against the Cardinals this year. He's making his 4th start against St. Louis. However, Arenado is a guy that has had all kinds of success against Abbott. He is 8 for 18 with a couple of homers and 5 RBIs. 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. That's a .444 average. For those that don't want to do the math.
Well, I mean, Andrew Abbott shouldn't feel special with that because Nolan Arenado pretty much rips the entire Reds pitching staff, regardless of the year or the location.
Yes, he does. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Arenado. The pitch to him. Swinging a foul off to the right side. That's out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes here on Arenado.
I'll tell you the one thing that Nolan Arenado does, though, that can give Abbott some trouble is that the way he fouled off a couple of pitches, he waits a long time. Arenado likes to hit the ball to right field. He hits it right out of the catcher's mitt, so he doesn't fall for the changeup very much.
Reds would take a double play and trade it for the run, but instead it's lifted in the air center field. TJ Friedl fades back on it. The catch is made. The runner will tag at third. Donovan will score to give the Cardinals an early 1-0 lead as Herrera stays at first. Sac fly for Arenado. 1-0 St. Louis. Now 1 on, 1 out. Here's Alec Burleson. Burleson's hitting .281, 17 home runs. He's driven in 65. Big left-handed batter waiting in the pitch. Burleson takes a breaking ball too far off the outside corner. National League leader and being hit by a pitch. He was drilled for the 24th time last night. Abbott the pause. And he picks to first, chasing Ivan Herrera back to the bag. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. First pitch to Burleson. Right in there for a strike. Fastball down the middle, and it's 0-1. Abbott has thrown the ball well in his starts against St. Louis this year. 1-1, 1.69 ERA. That was just the 4th earned run he's allowed against the Cardinals. Now Burleson tries to bunt at it, missed, and Stevenson popped out from behind home, ready to throw behind the runner Herrera at first base, who was breaking towards second on the bunt attempt by Burleson. Stevenson might have had a play had he gone ahead and thrown it down to Stewart. Abbott's 1-2. Burleson swings and skies it high into the air outside the third baseline and over toward the Reds dugout. Brian Hayes well into foul ground, makes the catch on that pop-up. Burleson's retired and now 2 away for Thomas Sajaci. Sajaci, a .259 batter, a home run, 21 driven in. He has hits in 5 of his last 6. JC watches a first pitch fastball on the outside corner around the knees for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Sajaci. 1 on, 2 out, a run in for the Cardinals, bottom of the first inning here at Busch Stadium. Abbott ready at the belt, turns it loose, and the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Good curveball over the outside corner. 0-2 now on Sajaci. One thing it always seems like the Cardinals do a good job of, at least against the Reds, is when they get a runner into scoring position early in an inning, they figure out a way to score him. They've done that tonight. The pitch is fouled off to the right side. They got a leadoff double from Brendan Donovan. He was brought around to score.
Well, you get him to third base, and then it's easy if you can just get the ball into the outfield. Better do it early. You keep the pressure off the guys and follow.
0-2 the count. Soft toss over to first base. Again, chases Sajaci back into the bag.
Abbott might be pushing the envelope a little bit on that stride to first base, throwing the first. You never really know what umpire is going to call a balk. That line of demarcation can be in a gray area.
Now the 0-2 fouled back. Still no balls. 2 strikes on Thomas Sajaci.
I mean, the rule book says that a pitcher merely has to step in the direction of the base he's throwing to. Long ago, there used to be a 45-degree line that was made, and that became a farce, so they got rid of that in a hurry.
0-2 on Sajaci. Now Abbott to the plate. Swinging a soft tap foul.
Well, the first thing a pitcher would do, he got there in the first inning, he would race the line. So I guess the grounds crew union members began to complain about having to clean up all that lime out there.
Right,
so
yeah.
they get rid of it.
No balls, 2 strikes on Sajaci. Herrera leading off first, and now the 0-2. Fastball tried to get him to chase one up and away, but Sajaci was having none of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Get mealtime inspiration at LaurasLeanBeef.com. All natural with no added hormones or antibiotics. Laura's Lean, the official beef of your Cincinnati Reds. Abbott pitches, fouled straight back. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Abbott's coming off a really nice start. Well, he's been struggling here recently, but after giving up 5 to the Mets in less than 5 innings, they bounced back nicely in San Diego and allowed just 1 run and win 8 innings against the Padres. Abbott's 1-2 again. Fouled back. Still a ball and 2 strikes. This is turning into a pretty lengthy battle here between Sajaci and Andrew Abbott. That was the 8th pitch of this at bat. Herrera's over at first with 2 outs. Again the 1-2. And there's a flare into right center field, falling, and it's down for a hit. Friedel has to play it on a bounce, gets it back in quickly on a bounce to Ellie De La Cruz, but into third is Ivan Herrera on the single into right center field by Sajaci.
That's a pretty good at bat for Sajaci. I mean, I'm not sure how many he had fouled off, but it was pitch number 10 that he finally got in fair territory. A little breaking ball that looked like a slider out, down, and away, and he took it right into right field.
Now Lars Nootbaar and Tyler Stevenson out to give Andrew Abbott a little bit of a breather after that extended at bat. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern makes a donation to support cancer research in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. First and third, 2 men are out. A run home for the Cardinals. They lead it 1-0, but threatening. To add to it, first pitch to Nootbaar, hit in the air down the left field line. Long run for the left fielder Benson, but it'll slice into the seats foul. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
Partly cloudy tonight, the low down to 61. Sunny both Wednesday and Thursday, and highs both days will be in the upper 80s near 90. That's the forecast at the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Abbott's 0-1 to Nootbaar. Check swing on a breaking ball off the plate outside. They asked Lance Barksdale to see if he went. He did. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nootbaar. First and third, 2 out, 1-0 St. Louis. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a good breaking ball over the outside corner. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. This seems to be a favorable matchup for Abbott. Nootbaar is just 1 for 10 against this Reds left-hander. He has struck out in half those at bats. Toss to first base, chases Sajaci back to the bag. The Cardinals are mired in a slump right now. They've lost 6 out of their last 7. Reds trying to keep the Cardinals in the freezer. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Breaking ball off the outside corner. Nootbaar went spinning, and the inning is over. We go to the second. It's the Cardinals 1, Reds 0 on the Reds radio.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales, and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Impressive in his young career so far. First pitch to Stewart is a strike over the inside corner, and the count is 0-1 on Sal Stewart. Stewart, a big night last night. He went 3 for 5, including a home run, 2 RBIs, and scored 3 times. The 0-1 to Stewart, dives down and away. Breaking ball to even the count now. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think the league is still trying to figure out the strengths and weaknesses of Stewart's strike zone. One thing we do know, he likes the ball up.
Now the 1-1 fouled straight back. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Sal Stewart. Stewart's playing in his 12th game, hitting .297. He is 11 for 37 to begin his big league career, but he has scored 8 runs. He's driven home 6. 4 times he's driven himself home with a home run. He is loaded with power. His home run last night off the big Macland sign. He lays off a breaking ball in the dirt. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I really like the way Stewart takes pitches. I think that you can learn as a pitcher as much about watching a hitter take a pitch rather than swinging a pitch. I mean, that pitch was down in the dirt right from the very get-go. He didn't even flinch at it.
The break even in the dirt again, and again Stewart doesn't flinch.
I mean,
easy take.
Got some great pitch recognition. He must have great eyesight.
He hasn't walked yet here at the major league level. He struck out 8 times.
Trying to walk him right here.
Full count. And the right-hander McGreevy turns it loose. And that is ball 4. Just a little bit low, the breaking ball over the outer half. And there's Sal Stewart's first big league walk.
How about his first big league walk off a pitcher that walks fewer batters than anybody but one other pitcher in all of baseball?
Go figure, right?
Well, by the way, that other pitcher who walks fewer than Michael McGreevy is Jansen Jung of the Miami Marlins.
Runner on at first base with nobody out. Will Benson standing in. Benson hitting .232 with 12 homers and 39 knocked in. Benson's been on a tear lately here in the month of September. Picked to first, chases Stewart, stepping back to the bag rather hurriedly. Benson came off the bench last night and got 1 plate appearance and delivered a sacrifice fly to score a big Reds run. That was in the 8th inning. In fact, that run was the go-ahead run. Gave the Reds a 7-6 lead. Stewart's at first. The first pitch to Benson is a breaking ball that curves low. 1-0 on Benson.
Yeah, I like this combination of Stewart at first base. It opens up the right side a little bit. First baseman on the bag, holding the runner. And Benson hits a lot of balls. When he does get them on the ground, they're normally pulled.
The 1-0, and Benson takes in off the plate a fastball from McGreevy, and he's fallen behind Benson 2 balls and no strikes. Thought Tito said something interesting today when he was meeting with the media. He said Will Benson is forcing pitchers into the zone. They're forcing him into his zone. It's not an easy thing for hitters to do. Benson watches a strike over the outside corner just above the knees, a fastball, and Benson still ahead of the count, 2-1.
But you get a reputation early in your career like Benson did of chasing pitches out of the zone, swinging and missing on high fastballs. All of a sudden you lay off those pitches and it can be confusing. 2-1
pitch just off the outside corner with a changeup, and Benson's way ahead of McGreevy, 3 balls and a strike right after he walks Al Stewart to start the inning.
That was an excellent take right there by Will Benson.
Tough to get that call when it's a borderline pitch and the pitch is moving off the plate like that changeup was. Really nice pitch from McGreevy. Picked the first runner back. But when it starts on the outside corner and the catcher receives it with his glove moving off the plate, it's hard to get that call. McGreevy fires and Benson rifles one right back up the middle. That's into center field for a hit. Stewart up to second and holding, and that was hit right through that hole you were talking about with the second baseman pulled over toward first.
That was hit so hard that unless the player was standing right in its path, he wasn't getting it. That ball absolutely scalded by Benson. But you know what really impresses me most is that he had a nice hitter's count and he took a nice smooth swing. He didn't try to kill it, didn't leave the ground with his feet. I mean, he is really beginning to get the feel of what a hitting is all about.
And you look at where that pitch was located, it was right in the middle of the plate. It would be an easy pitch to come unglued on. First and second base, nobody out, and now Tyler Stevenson with a high hopper to third, gloved by Arenado, steps on third, flips across to first, double play. 5-3 double play, races the lead runner Stewart. Now the batter is Elly De La Cruz. Elly hitting .263, 19 home runs, 82 RBIs. First pitch to De La Cruz, a changeup low and outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. See if the Reds can come through here. They were 7 for 14 last night with runners in scoring position. Elly lays off the 1-0 inside. Fastball too tight. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. To put that into a little perspective, the Reds had as many hits last night with runners in scoring position as they had in the last 9 games combined. The Reds going into last night were 7 for their last 50 with runners in scoring position. 2-0 pitch to De La Cruz is taken low and outside, and Benson will draw a throw from the catcher. Pages down to second. He's back easily with the shortstops of JC covering. 3 balls, no strikes now on Elly. Benson at second, 2 outs. 3-0 on De La Cruz. Ke'Bryan Hayes waiting in the on-deck circle in the 3-0 pitch, and Elly takes high and outside for ball 4. It was almost as though Michael McGreevy wanted no part of Elly there. I don't know that that was the case, but you have Elly, a switch hitter up there from the left side, and now you get the right-handed hitting Ke'Bryan Hayes.
You know, sometimes, regardless of what the scouting report says, how cold a hitter is, but you still have a name on the back of the uniform.
Ke'Bryan Hayes 0 for 3 last night, takes a fastball that sinks low and outside to the right-handed hitting third baseman. The count is 1-0 on Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Hey, we are seeing a kind of a crazy game here from McGreevy because he just simply doesn't walk batters, but he's just missing off the plate a little bit here, a little bit there. Not like he's throwing the ball to the backstop, but he's not getting the calls and he's not really throwing strikes.
1-0 pitch. There's a high strike. Didn't have to be, but it is. And it's 1-1 now on Ke'Bryan Hayes. It's one of those that probably could have gone either way, and McGreevy got the benefit of the doubt. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hayes. McGreevy off the slab, now retoes the rubber. Benson's at second, Elly's at first, 2 outs. 1-0 Cardinals, and the pitch to Ke'Bryan Hayes sweeps off the outside corner, and it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. So now Hayes hitting way ahead of the count. McGreevy kind of breathing heavy out there. Fires, and Hayes slaps it down the right field line, slicing into the seats foul. Levels the count at 2-2. McGreevy facing just the 5th batter of the inning, but he has thrown a lot of pitches, a lot of deep counts here in this inning. Went full on Stewart, walked him. 2-1 pitch, swinging a high chopper over the mound. The second baseman fields, and the throw from Donovan to first in time to get the out on P. Brian Hayes to end the Reds' second inning threat. We go to the bottom of the second.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
And more. Book your flights now at cbgairport.com.
A blue-collar kind of guy, and that's the way we like it. Scott Sloan, tomorrow morning at 9 on 700 WLW.
Cardinals have a 1-run edge as the Reds threatened but couldn't score in the second. We go to the bottom of the second now. Pedro Pages standing in against left-hander Andrew Abbott. Abbott to Pages, who shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and watches the first pitch breaking ball. Dart over the outside corner for strike called, and it's 0-1. Reds big winners last night. A lopsided 11-6 seesaw affair. Now the 0-1. Fastball up and away. It's only lopsided because the way the Reds poured it on late. Reds scored 4 times in the 9th inning to open it up. 1-1 is slapped on the ground through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Pedro Pages is on with a single to start the Cardinals' second. Now the batter's Jordan Walker.
Yeah, the Cardinals just seem to me like they're being a little bit patient tonight. Not necessarily picking the pitches they want to swing at, but patient swinging the bat late. They know that Andrew Abbott's got a great changeup, and they just don't want to be ahead of it.
Abbott deals to Walker, and the pitch misses low and outside. Changeup down and away for ball 1.
I mean, it's hard to do when your batting coach tells you, okay, stay back on the ball, but the Cardinals seem to be doing it.
Abbott's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. The fastball down the middle. Here is tonight's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. Continuing with the topic of on this date trivia. Swing and a miss and a 1-1 changeup. Walker behind the ball and 2 strikes. 216, 5 homers, 36 RBIs for the struggling Jordan Walker. Short lead at first, Pages, and now time called at the plate by Walker. On this date, September the 16th, 1882. 1882. Now the 1-2, swing and a miss. Down on strikes, Jordan Walker. So Walker is down on strikes for the first out here in the second. Second strikeout for Abbott. On September the 16th, 1882, the Reds clinched the first league championship in franchise history. What league's title did the Reds capture back in 1882? A, the American Association, B, the National League, or C, the Union Association? Breaking ball in for a called strike at the top of the zone to Nathan Church, and it's 0-1. When the Reds won the first league championship in the franchise history in 1882, on this day, swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Nathan Church. What was the league?
Is this any more than just a toss-up guess?
I don't know. Do you know it or not?
No.
Then I would say it's a toss-up guess. If you know it, then it would not be.
I'm going with the American Association.
I think it's either the American Association or the Union Association. So since you're saying that, I'm going to say Union Association.
Okay.
C. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nathan Church. And I mean no disrespect to you at all. I'm just trying to diversify our guessing portfolio. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Look at it. Just underneath us.
So we're pooling it kind of like maybe like a lottery.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like trying to.
Office style lottery.
Yeah, trying to get as many lottery tickets as we can.
Good.
Because if one of us wins, we both win.
Yeah, how are we going to split up that hot dog that we win?
Well, we'll just cut it down the middle. Lengthwise or in half.
Hope we can agree on that.
Foul back on the check swing breaking ball. 1-2 on Nathan Church. We'll revisit that a little bit later and see how he did. Whose guess was right? Abbott's 1-2. Fouled straight back. It might have been the National League.
I don't know. I think those early baseball groups were called associations.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And I think because it was so early in the game for baseball, I'm going to go with the American Association.
Here's the 1-2. And strike three called. Got him looking on a fastball over the outside corner. Abbott has back-to-back strikeouts. 2 gone here in the second.
He's made some really good pitches here in this inning after giving up that base hit to Pedro Pajes. 94 right on the black.
Brendan Donovan at the plate. Doubled and scored in the first inning. And Abbott's first pitch to Donovan is a breaking ball off the outside corner, and it's 1-0. 1 on, 2 out. 1-0 Cardinals. Bottom of the second inning in St. Louis. Reds trying to win the series. Something that hadn't happened against the Cardinals in a while. Donovan rips it down the right field line into the seats foul. Reds are due for a series win against these guys. Cardinals have won each of the first 3 series against Cincinnati. One ball, 2 strikes on Donovan. Abbott from the belt delivers the 1-1, and that's buried in the dirt and kicks away from Stevenson, and that'll allow the runner to move up 90 feet to second. Pajes was alert. As soon as that ball went into the dirt, he didn't hesitate. He broke for second, and it'll be a wild pitch. Donovan ahead of the count, 2 balls and a strike. Left-hander against left-hander, but Donovan roped that double to the right center field gap. Then scored in the first. Here's Abbott's 2-1 and a swing and a miss. Abbott might have got away with one there. That was a fastball down the middle, and Donovan came up empty. Donovan's double in the first inning, already his 4th hit in the series. Abbott home with a 2-2. Donovan hits it right to Matt McClain. Second baseman gloves and throws in time. Donovan's out, and the Reds strand the leadoff single. We go to the 3rd inning. It's the Cardinals 1, Reds nothing.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "This is meant, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So If I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Check out his podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
Back at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, where the Reds are trailing the Cardinals 1-0. Reds come to bat. Third inning, 9-1-2. Matt McClain, who had a really nice night at the plate last night, stands in to lead off the Reds' third. 227, 14 home runs, 48 driven in. McClain 2 for 5, a double, scored a couple of runs, also had a stolen base last night. Pitch, and he swings and loops this one down the right field line, but it'll slice foul. But he hit the ball with some authority the other way. Now you want to see that carry over into tonight's game. He'd been hot for a little while, then cooled off, and he was ice cold after his hit streak. But looked good at the plate last night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And McClain takes just off the outside corner, breaking ball away, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, the first 2 months of the season were miserable for Matt. He batted in the 100s. Then he went 287 in the month of June.
1-1 pitch misses a little bit too high.
Fell back a little bit in July and August, and here in September, though, he's batting 275 with a home run and 6 driven in.
Sure, he'd like to have a strong finish and feel good going into the offseason.
On base percentage is very good at 370.
2-1. McClain skies it foul down the right field line over toward the tarp, and a long run for the first baseman Burleson, but he'll head back to his post because it's back into the seats. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
The Bengals adjust the roster with Joe Burrow sidelined for at least 3 months, elevating a quarterback from the practice squad and signing 2 others to the practice squad. Details after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thraw. Great to be with you here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. The 2-2 to McClain, and there's a well-hit fly ball deep right field. Walker going back, and Walker reaches up on the track to make the catch. McClain flirting with extra bases there on a hard hit ball to right, but Walker going back over his right shoulder, able to run it down. The Reds continue to pick on Walker.
I'll tell you, he plays right field like an old truck tire. Not pretty, but he gets the job done. I mean, he makes the catch. I'm not sure how he made that catch, but the second one that he has made like that up against the right field wall, and bottom line is he's getting it done.
TJ Friedel climbs in and swings the first pitch. Ground ball to first, off the glove of Burleson. It deflects to Donovan, the second baseman. He throws to first, and the pitcher McGreevy's foot came off the bag. Friedel's safe. They had him if McGreevy held the bag at first base, but in his stretch to take the throw from Brendan Donovan after the deflection off Burleson, McGreevy came off the bag, and I think Oliver Marmol saying, take a look at that. I mean, shades of 1985 and Don Dinkinger on that play. If you know, you know.
The I-70 series, Royals and Cardinals.
And if you ask anybody in St. Louis, they have not forgotten. That was a game in Kansas City one time. Somebody had a Royals jersey on.
St. Louis is challenging a safe call at first base.
The number was 85, the year, of course, 1985. The name on the back of it was Dinkinger, who was the umpire that made the call at first base. One of the best jerseys I have ever seen. Only thing that would have made it better is if they were wearing it at Busch Stadium. Well, Chris, I can't really tell. It looked like his foot eventually came off the bag, but did it come off at the time he was taking the throw?
I don't think that the umpire, Will Little, down there at first base, or making Ryan Addison, could be in a better position than he was. I mean, he was right on the line, eyes peeled.
They're reacting here, but the Cardinals watching their reactions. I'm not sure that they're sold. Let's find out.
The call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. St. Louis will retain their tackle.
There you go. That's just your garden variety. 3-4-1 put out at first base. You got to give Brendan Donovan a lot of credit on that play.
Well, he made the nice play. He's behind the first baseman Burleson, and he barehanded the ball and he just fired it in a shot right to the pitcher McGreevy, who he was the guy that really I would give some credit to, because that throw was high. It nearly pulled him off the bag. McGreevy is 6 feet 5 inches tall, and he needed every inch.
Donovan played that ball off Burleson with his bare hand, and then, like you said, great play by McGreevy. Gavin Lux takes too high for ball one. 1-0 on Lux. Base is empty, 2 outs, 1-0 Cardinals in the third. The breaks are certainly going the Cardinals' way right now. In comes the 1-0 from McGreevy, and Lux grounds it just inside the bag at third, down the left field line. It caroms off the sidewall, now bobbled by Nootbaar in left, but Lux was already cruising into second with a stand-up double.
Well, Lux is doing the same thing that the Cardinals are doing, which is hitting it right out of the catcher's mitt. Very late swing right there inside the third base bag. It looks like he wanted to go that way. And Lux will do that from time to time.
See the way he pulled his hands in and kept his eyes on it the whole time, almost like you said, like he was trying to guide it right down the third base line. Really nice piece of hitting by Lux. And now with him running at second base, especially with 2 outs, a base hit from Noelvi Marte could tie this game at 1. McGreevy's first offering is a strike on the outside corner, breaking ball. The Cardinals were able to use a little 2-out magic last night when they played at 3 in the 6th. And took a 4-3 lead at the time. McGreevy deals the 0-1 up and away to Noelvi Marte to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Marte hit the ball well his first time up. Drove the right fielder Jordan Walker all the way to the right field wall out there at the Cardinals bullpen. The 1-1 is over but low, and now it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Hey, Reds fans, score big for game day at Kroger, where you'll find lower prices on over 1,000 items so you can save even more. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Long look in for the right-hander. Now McGreevy's 2-1 pitch, and there's a bouncing ball towards short. Charging it's JC. He gloves and throws on the run in time to get Marte side retired. Let's get a 1-out double from Gavin Lux, and we go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Cardinals on the Reds Radio Network.
Rally your team.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Extra innings with Lance McAllister on 700 WLW.
Interestingly enough, during the break, Reds manager Terry Francona was out paying a visit to Lance Barksdale and home plate umpire Will Little. Little then went over to Oliver Marmol and relayed whatever the message was. Seemed to be a pretty cordial conversation. Not sure what it was about. If we find out more, we'll let you know. But something to be alert to. Here's Ivan Herrera. First pitch to Herrera is grounded foul into the Reds' third base dugout. 0-1 on Herrera. If you're listening tonight on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your seatbelt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Changeup hits the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Herrera, Arenado, and Burleson. Lefty throws, and the pitch is cut on and foul tipped. Stevenson holds on to strike 3. Herrera's out number 1 in the third. Abbott has punched out 4. Nolan Arenado, sac fly. Gave the Cardinals the lead with that sac fly back in the first inning. First pitch to Arenado is taken strike. It was Arenado that got the Cardinals scoring started last night. Delivered a base hit that scored the Cardinals' first run and tied the game at 1. Arenado watches a strike, and it's 0-2 now on the Cardinal third baseman. A .306 hitter lifetime against the Reds, and he has 26 home runs. Arenado guides it on the ground to the shortstop. De La Cruz fields, flips it over to first in time. And that's the second out here in the third inning.
So, Tommy, do you know that old saying that they talk about pitchers, if you don't get them early, sometimes you don't get them at all? I think that may apply to Andrew Abbott here tonight, because he just seems to be now finding the groove. Early on, he didn't have his breaking ball working in the first inning. Before you know it, you got runners at first and third. Now he's really settling in.
Kind of looks like he's on cruise control right now. And vintage Andrew Abbott just flipping it up there and hitting the edges and keeping the hitters off balance. Misses high with a cutter for ball 1 to Alec Burleson. Burleson popped out and foul ground to Key Brian Hayes. Now he watches a strike float over the heart of the plate. Top of the zone for strike 1. Nobody on, 2 away. Abbott trying for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. There's 1-1. Burleson hits it on the ground, sharply past the first baseman Stewart into right field for a hit.
That's the first hit off of Andrew Abbott for Alec Burleson in 11 tries. Ground ball that just got by the first baseman.
Now Thomas Saggese. Burleson at first with 2 outs. First pitch to Saggese is up and away for ball 1, 1-0.
You know, Saggese's at bat in the first inning may be really big down the road here, because he had 10 pitches. He finally got a base hit to keep the inning extended. There was already 2 outs, and that ran the pitch count up for Andrew Abbott.
Here's his 59th pitch of the night, low and outside, and now 2-0 on Saggese. That elevated pitch count, and it can make for a short night.
Yeah, the quick math is 5 innings at this pace.
Now the 2-0. Saggese swings and fouls it back. I was told there would be no math. 2-1 now on Saggese. One on, 2 out. 2 balls, 1 strike. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. Abbott fires it home. And Saggese swings and pops it foul to the right side, out of play. Still, Saggese battling, counts even. The pause, and Abbott's 2-2. Saggese takes just a little bit low on a good fastball. Saggese, a former 5th-round pick, was drafted originally by the Rangers in that shortened COVID draft 2020. Came over to the Cardinals a few years later in 2023 at the deadline for Jordan Montgomery. Now Saggese socks it to left field. Back goes the left fielder Benson. He's gone. Into the left field bullpen. That's where the Reds are. That is a 2-run home run for Thomas Saggese, his 2nd home run of the year. 3-0 St. Louis.
Well, that was not all that bad of a pitch either. It looked like a sinker that was down and away for Andrew Abbott, and Sagasi, who has been giving really Andrew Abbott fits by fouling every pitch he throws up there off and keeping the count alive. Lines it out of here over the head of the left fielder, Will Benson.
Looked like Abbott was, we talked about a moment ago, cruising and headed for his first true 1-2-3 inning of the night. Instead, the Cardinals have played it 2 more here in the 3rd inning and opened up a 3-0 lead. Curveball swung on and missed by Nootbaar for strike 1. Now the 0-1's fouled back, and it's 0-2 on Nootbaar. The 0-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. Down on strikes, Nootbaar. That'll do it for the Cardinals in the 3rd. Chris has it when we come back. 3-0 St. Louis. We go to the 4th on the Reds Radio Network.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Right now, not in favor of the Reds. It's 3-0 Cardinals. They go to the top of the 4th inning. Sal Stewart batting in the cleanup spot tonight. The young man, 21 years old, steps in, and McGreevy fires and fouled off right side by Stewart. Reds picked up Sal Stewart in the 1st round, 2023. He was the 32nd pick in that round, or 22nd pick in the 1st round. Swung on and hit well to center field. There goes the center fielder Church over, and he will catch it actually in mild deep center field, and drifting over into left center. Thought he got a little better than he did, and Stewart is the first out of the inning on a fly ball to center field.
Yeah, it looked like he might have got it a little bit off the end there.
And now Will Benson. Benson hit the ball probably as hard as anybody on this ball club so far. A nice single up the middle. That happened back in the 2nd inning. Benson, the lefty, against the big, tall righty Michael McGreevy, and he pops up the first pitch in the shallow center field. There goes the shortstop out, and the center fielder in, Matthew Church, the center fielder, will take it, and he's gotten 2 in a row for the first 2 out in the 4th inning. Now Tyler Stevenson. If you're looking at the scoreboard, and you just might be, because tonight in New York, the Mets are hosting the San Diego Padres. And the Mets have an 8-2 lead in the 6th inning against the Padres. Pitch now to Tyler Stevenson, takes a pitch right down the middle. That's a strike. Cardinals 3 runs on 6 hits. The Reds no runs on 2 hits. Both teams have left 3. McGreevy, the big tall right-hander from San Clemente, California, misses outside with a fastball right there. He was the #1 pick by the Cardinals, 2021, 18th overall. Had a very good outing his last time out. That was against the Mariners, where he went 6 innings of 1-run ball. Check swing at the plate, and did he go? He did not, Tyler Stevenson, and he's got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. McGreevy peering in now, and the 2-1 to Stevenson. Swung on. That's a ground ball on 2 hops right to Nolan Arenado. That's the wrong guy to hit it to, and he fires across the infield for the 3rd out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds in the 4th. Cardinals come to bat, up 3-0 on the Reds right after this on the.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
The Cardinals lead the Reds 3-0. A little bit tardy coming out of the dugout there. Tyler Stevenson, he made the last out of the top of the 4th inning. They gave him a little bit more time to get his gear back on and back out onto the field. And in the process, Andrew Abbott will get an extra warm-up pitch as Stevenson now fires it down to second base with the warm-ups complete. 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Cardinals here in this inning. Cardinals struck in the 1st inning with a leadoff double, and then came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Nolan Arenado, and got a 2-run home run by Thomas Sajaci. And now Andrew Pages, Pedro Pages, the catcher, is stepping in, and he fouls it straight back. Pages wants his timeout. He's going to take it right now. 0-1. Pages, crouchy, little bit of a setup there, and he takes a pitch at the upper part of the strike zone for a strike. Abbott has struck out 5. He has given up 6 hits on the night, 3 runs. Pages awaits the 0-2, and Abbott comes down and in with a breaking ball, bounces, and it's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the native of Maracay, Venezuela. Came to school, college that is, in America, did Pages. Born in Venezuela, went to Florida Atlantic, and that's where the Cardinals picked him. And he takes a pitch up and away, and it's a 2-2 count. Pages never does move out of the batter's box, and the pitch is swung on. That's a solid line drive base hit right through the box to get the Cardinals going here in the fourth inning. So Abbott now they're making him work a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, you got to believe at some point Terry Francona is probably going to get that bullpen cranked up. Don't want to let this lead get any more here against Abbott.
Now Jordan Walker, he was a strikeout victim the first time, and he takes a big hack and fouls it straight back into the screen. Walker has not had too much success against Andrew Abbott at all. He is 0 for 11. He has walked 3 times, and he did not look good at all on the strikeout that he had back in the second inning. Big, tall prospect. I mean, he is a highly ranked prospect, and I think the Cardinals had a lot of promise hope for him, but he has never really played into it so far. Walker hitting .216, only 5 home runs. And a pitch on the outside corner. That's a beauty, a fastball at 91. That's no balls and 2 strikes. Abbott with the stretch and not really holding the runner on, and now he's going to step off as the runner at first base. Pa has really no threat to steal at all. Goes back to first base. Abbott checking the runner, coming to the plate, check swing at the plate, and he went. And a strikeout for Andrew Abbott, the first out of the 4th inning. And that is number 6 for the Reds lefty on the evening. And now the center fielder, Nathan Church. Church, left-handed hitter. And getting the start against a lefty, Andrew Abbott. He takes downstairs ball 1. Abbott checking the runner, coming to the plate, swinging and a foul. Just got it on the very end of the bat right there to be able to tick that ball back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out now with Abbott on the hill. Reds trying to throw another 0 on the board, and Abbott trying to get out of here with a little bit more efficient inning. And the pitch on the 1-1 is right in on the hands and fouled back. Leadoff hitter Brendan Donovan on deck. Small lead by Pajes at first base. The 1-2 to Church is swung on. That's going down the left field line, but foul. Slicing off the bat of the left fielder, or the left-handed hitter. Abbott coming off really one of his best outings of the year. Won 8 innings of 1-run baseball against the Padres in San Diego his last time out. Second time this year he's gone 8 innings. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball right there. And a strikeout victim for the second time is Nathan Church. 7 of them now for Andrew Abbott.
We talked about the pitch count of Abbott climbing rapidly in this ball game. And boy, if you could find a way, he's not quite to 80 pitches yet. But if you can find a way to get him through 5, that feels like that would be a big boost.
Well, Brendan Donovan, the leadoff hitter's up, and Donovan takes a fastball strike. Donovan got it all going for the Cardinals. Bottom of the first inning with a double off the right center field wall. Moved to third base on a base hit, and then came in on a sacrifice fly by Nolan Arenado. Donovan a lefty, and he takes it outside, and it's an even 1 ball, 1 strike count. A little better crowd here at Busch Stadium tonight. Last night was very sparse crowd. Not what we're normally used to. We're used to seeing 40,000 plus when the Reds roll into town. Here's the 1-1 breaking ball. Also on the ground. Should be an easy play for McLean. Picks, fires, out. They get a base runner. They leave him out there. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Cardinals 3, Reds nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
I'm Garen Colvin, president and Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Well, the Reds looking for a little action here in the fifth inning as we're about halfway point through this ball game. Ellie De La Cruz will lead it off. Ellie's been dropped down the order. That happened last night. He is now batting in the number 7 spot, so he'll lead it off. Key Brian Hayes, Matt McClain after that. 3-0 Cardinals. Reds have only 2 hits. Ellie batting left-handed. He walked the first time up, and Michael McGreevy, big, tall right-hander, coming to the plate. Swung on. That's a base hit to left field by De La Cruz. Jumped on the first fastball he saw, and he's got a base hit to lead off the 5th. Now Key Brian Hayes. I figured that the Reds would be a little bit more aggressive at the plate against McGreevy, given the fact that he rarely ever walks a batter, although he has walked a couple tonight. Also walked Sal Stewart in addition to Ellie. Now Key Brian Hayes, good lead by Ellie. And the pitch is a breaking ball off the plate outside, ball 1. Hayes awaits. He's deep in the box, kind of rocking back and forth, and the throw over gets Ellie back on his belly, and he's safe at first base.
Again, Ellie's just 1 run over at first base, but you wonder sometimes if maybe running could get the pitcher a little bit out of his rhythm.
It does. Getting a big lead or the threat of running and shortening up the bunt. Key Brian Hayes fouls it off at the plate. Ellie comes back to first. They were playing the third baseman, Nolan Arenado, very deep. I mean, he's closer to the outfield grass than he is to the third base bag. So maybe Key Brian Hayes thought that he had a shot right there to lay one down the third base line.
I've always wondered.
Count now, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Do you think the threat of running is more distracting to a pitcher than the guy actually running?
Yeah, I do. The throw over again, and that's the second disengagement. It's kind of like the monster under the bed.
Right.
Once you identify the monster, it's not as bad. 1 ball, 1 strike to Key Brian Hayes. Dancing off the bag is Ellie, and a swing and a foul off right side.
It was just my stuffed Fozzie Bear all along. Who knew?
See? Nothing to be afraid of. It's only a stolen base. Ellie measuring that lead off. Alec Burleson, the first baseman, holding him tight. And the pitch to Key Brian is a chopper back to the mound. Second base to first. And that is a double play. A 1-4-3 double play as it was fielded perfectly by Michael McGreevy. And that is 2 down in the inning. Second time tonight the Cardinals have turned a double play on the Reds. Reds had something going there in the second inning after a walk and a base hit. Tyler Stevenson banged into a double play. So Michael McGreevy, who specializes in soft contact, has gotten exactly that when he's needed it. McClain takes a pitch inside, strike. 0-1. McGreevy is one of those guys that the Cardinals picked in the first round, but he never really had the kind of stats in college, pitches up high, 1-1, that would warrant really being a first-round pick. But he always has had excellent control, right from the time he attended UC Santa Barbara all the way through the minor leagues. None of his strikeout numbers have ever been anything to brag about. There's a ground ball foul down the left side. But he has turned himself into a fine major league pitcher. 6-3 this year, 9-3 over his major league career. And overall, that career earned run average is 3.8. Rocking and firing, the big righty takes it outside. It's 2-2. McClain awaiting the 2-ball, 2-strike count, and a pitch off the plate, and it's 3-2. McGreevy to the plate, swung on by McClain, hit well to right field, but it's playable for the right fielder Jordan Walker, and Walker puts it away again. He's been flawless in right field, and McGreevy right now throwing a 5-inning shutout against the Reds. Cardinals come to bat.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice, easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
% off your total order. Find out more at aeDoorSales.com.
It's the Bengals and Vikings. Coverage begins Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 700 WLW.
Andrew Abbott on the hill takes the bound for inning number 5, and he will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Cardinal order. Ivan Herrera steps in, and a big right-hander takes a hack and a foul back to home plate. No balls and a strike. Herrera is 25 years old. It's his 4th year in the major leagues, albeit the first year was somewhat of a cup of coffee. Here's the 0-1, and swung on and lofted into right field. It should be a play for Noelvi Marte, ranging a little bit deeper, and then back to the warning track. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
A little adventurous, but as long as the play's made. Well, you know, we know as well as anybody, if Terry Francona gets somebody up in the bullpen, he intends to use them. And right now he's got Scott Barlow throwing. But that is a very quick out to begin this 5th inning. If somehow Abbott's able to get a quick 5th, I'll be curious to see if he runs him back out there for one more.
I wouldn't be surprised. You like to get Abbott out there as much as he can. Pitch number 85 coming up, and Nolan Arenado takes it off the plate, ball 1. Reds will play him straight up and fairly deep. Arenado, as you know, likes to hit that ball to right field. They want to pitch him in, and here comes the pitch. It's up and away, ball 2.
Who was it we saw in Sacramento that was kind of a happy feet hitter? Arenado reminds me a little bit of that.
A little bit of that. The one we saw, that's fouled off by Arenado right side. The one we saw in Sacramento was the hitting version of Nick Martinez.
Yeah, that's what I like in Arenado too a little bit. Feet are always moving, bouncing back and forth. I don't know that that's how you teach hitting.
Deep in the box. I mean, he's pushing the line there, and that's a swing and a foul rocket shot down the left field line. Yeah, the Cardinals have been pesky, to say the least. It's not like Andrew Abbott has been wild tonight. It's just they fouled off a lot of pitches. Another foul ball right there by Arenado, straight back behind home plate.
Right on cue. This guy, you talked about it earlier when he was up. He's a master at that, though.
Arenado awaits, and the pitch is way upstairs, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now with 1 out. Got some visitors here in the radio booth today. Who we got here?
Fellow
Tommy?
Bearcats.
All right.
John Coffey and some student broadcasters.
Swing and a foul back by Arenado. Now that would be your alma mater, Northwest Missouri State.
Yep.
The Bearcats.
Incredibly dynamic academic institution.
And where you went this afternoon, you went to a broadcasting symposium?
Yep. For some reason, they put me on a panel over there across the street.
And a foul again by Arenado. He keeps the count alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
These fine folks were part of the audience there. Attendees. It was a lot of fun. John Rooney, Chip Carey, Ricky Horton, all part of the panel I was on. I don't know what I was doing there.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and this one looks like it's going to be in play, or at least in play enough to make a catch. There goes the first baseman, Sal Stewart, off into foul territory and over by the tarp. He makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Nice play by Stewart that time, making that catch over his shoulder.
But those guys are, they're all on the same student station that I was on when I was at Northwest Missouri State.
Well, they've got to look at you and say, you know what? If he can do it, anybody can do it.
Exactly. You got that right.
Left-handed hitting Alec Burleson steps in and takes a first pitch breaking ball right in the outside corner.
A true inspiration, you know, Chris.
I'm right there with you. Burleson, a 282 hitter, and he swings and has a big cut and fouls it straight back.
I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to get out of that school. Of course, I was there long enough. I should probably be curing cancer somewhere, but failed my comm law class. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to get out.
Swung on by Burleson, and that's a base hit in left field. He waited on that breaking ball, and he punched it right over the head of the third baseman, P. Brian Hayes, and he's picked up a 2-out base hit.
Well, Barlow's ready, and Terry Francona is starting to climb the steps in the Reds dugout, so I would imagine that's going to be it for Abbott.
One of the rare games in which Andrew Abbott does not throw 5 complete innings, but he gave it everything he had tonight, and he's on the losing side of the ledger right now. We're going to tell you all about the brand new pitcher, Scott Barlow, when our Wolvers mustard pitching change takes place right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Attending to our mental health is important for everyone, even professional athletes. To help our players make their mental health a priority, the Reds have...
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
In and out of the bullpen, he has fast become one of the favorites for Terry Francona to come in. He's actually working game number 73 as Barlow. Wover's mustard, put some mustard on it. 2 out in the inning, runner on. He will face the home run hitting Thomas Sajasi. I say that tongue-in-cheek. He's got 2 home runs on the year, but one of them is tonight, a 2-run Johnson that has made it a 3-0 score for the Cardinals. Sajasi, a right-handed hitter, not known for power, and Barlow delivers a fastball a little bit high, ball 1. Barlow was in 63 games for the Guardians last year. Previous to this year, he has pitched as many as 71 and then 69 games for the Kansas City Royals. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss on a fastball. And a throw over by Barlow, just going to chase that runner back. Burleson not really that much of a threat to steal. Has 5 stolen bases on the year, has not been thrown out. It's got a big lead though. So JC waits the 1-1 and Barlow to the belt coming and a fly ball to center field. A lazy fly to TJ Friedel, who will put it out for the 3rd out of the inning. The Cardinals reach 1, they leave him on base. We go to the 6th. Back to Tommy with the play-by-play right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Michael McGreevy back to work for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning. Reds come to bat. They've got the top of the order up. It'll be Friedel, Lux, and Marte. If anybody gets on, Sal Stewart. McGreevy has only struck out 1 so far through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Reds. First pitch is called a ball just a little bit high with a first pitch cutter to TJ Friedel. Friedel flew to right his first time up. Last time up, grounded off the backhand of the first baseman Burleson to the second baseman Donovan, who fed to McGreevy covering. The 1-0 to Friedel. Up and away, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count. McGreevy had a little bit of control issues early on. He walked Sal Stewart in the 2nd, fell behind Benson. The Reds were unable to cash in. Cardinals lead it 3-0, and now here's the 2-0 to Friedel. That pitch is right in there at the top of the zone for a called strike. 2-1. Left-handed hitting Friedel, right-handed throwing McGreevy. McGreevy has thrown 62 pitches as he works here in the 6th inning. The breaking ball hangs off the outside corner. 3-1 now on Friedel. Reds trying to get something going offensively. Just 3 hits they've scattered so far. Had 3 base runners in that second inning, but couldn't score. Now the 3-1. And Friedl takes way high. Ball 4. And that's the 3rd walk that McGreevy has handed out tonight. Reds with their leadoff man aboard. It's the 3rd time that the Reds have had their leadoff man on, but see if they can make some hay here in the 6th. Now Gavin Lux, who doubled just inside the third base bag his last time up after striking out in the 1st, the only strikeout of the night for McGreevy. Friedl, modest lead at first. First pitch to Lux, cut on and missed as he swings through a changeup over the outside corner. Scores around the league are brought to you by FanDuel. Swing for the fences and join FanDuel today, official partner of the Reds. Giants and Diamondbacks just about to get started out in the desert. Meanwhile, the score that everybody's concerned about, the Mets and Padres. Mets have a big lead in the bottom of the 7th inning at home on San Diego, 8-2. The Mets with the advantage in that one. If that score holds up, the Reds need a win tonight to avoid dropping more than 2 games back in the wild card. The 0-1 to Lux, right in there for a strike, and he's behind the count 0-2. Even though Lux doubled down the third base line his last time up, Arenado is still way off the bag at third. He is almost a shortstop, picked to first again, and Friedl back in with a head first dive. Shortstop's JC's shading up the middle. Outfield plays Lux straight away. McGreevy has the sign, ready's at the belt, fires, and Lux takes a backdoor breaking ball off the outside corner, and it's 1-2. You have a pretty good idea that McGreevy's going to be around the zone, and when he's missed, and as we talked about, the 3 walks pretty rare for McGreevy, but when he has missed, he's not missed by much. The 1-2. And strike 3 called. Little delayed, but Will Little rings up Gavin Lux. Pitch right over the inside corner to freeze him. It was a fastball, and it froze him for out number 1. Both strikeouts for McGreevy tonight have come against Gavin Lux. Now Noelvi Marte. The 3 walks by McGreevy tonight are a new season high for this Cardinal right-hander. He delivers the first pitch to Noelvi Marte. Big cut and a miss, and a high fastball, on the count is 0-1. Friedl at first, 1 out, 3-0 Cardinals. We're in the 6th inning. Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Reds winners last night. Reds trying to take the series, something they had not done yet this year against St. Louis. McGreevy from the belt fires, and it's a breaking ball that dives off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Noelvi Marte. Marte is flied to right, grounded to short. Big hole for Marte right now on the right side. We've seen him go the other way at times. Second baseman Donovan is shaded way up the middle, and Burleson holds Friedl at first. Friedl draws the throw and is back in again on his belly. Tonight's game is brought to you by your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers and the powerful, fuel-efficient, built-in-the-USA 2025 Tundra. Official truck of the Reds. For Toyota offers, go to toyota.com. 1-1 pitch is a strike. Fastball over the outside corner, just above the knees. It's 1-2 on Noelvi Marte. Outfield plays him straight away. Right-hander against right-hander. Marte behind the count, a ball and 2 strikes. McGreevy stares in, now ready. Hands together at the belt. The 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for McGreevy. And after the leadoff walk of TJ Friedl, pair of strikeouts. Now Sal Stewart with 1 on and 2 out. Stewart walked his first time up. That was in the 2nd. It was his first big league walk. Then flew out to center his last at bat. McGreevy turns it loose, and Stewart takes just off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes on Stewart. Series will wrap up tomorrow afternoon, and that will close out the Reds' final multi-city road trip of the year. Pick to first, chases Friedl back. It'll be a 1:15 beginning, which means we're on the air at 12:45 Cincinnati time. Brady Singer against Andre Palante tomorrow afternoon here from Busch Stadium. Then the Reds will be back in town to play the Cubs and kick off that homestand on Thursday. McGreevy deals, and Stewart a good swing on a high fastball, but fouls it straight back. The count's even, 1 ball, 1 strike. So far, Stewart has been able to make pitchers pay when they have left the ball out over the plate. In comes the 1-1, and Stewart takes just a little bit down and away. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Pitchers are able to locate down and away against Stewart. It's given him fits here early. Friedel inching off the bag at first. McGreevy ready at the belt, and he'll draw a throw. Again, Friedel back diving safely. He's definitely had McGreevy's attention since working the walk to start the inning. Church in center, shaded slightly to right. McGreevy's 2-1, and Stewart takes a fastball just a little bit down and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now Stewart will turn back and ask for time from home plate umpire Will Little. Really didn't seem like it took Sal Stewart very long at all to get comfortable here at the major league level. He has just seemingly become more and more comfortable with every at bat that he gets. McGreevy's 3-1, and Stewart slaps it on the ground right side, but Donovan moving to his left, bends down to glove it, flips to Burleson for the out. Side retired. The Reds get a leadoff walk, but can't advance Friedel. He's stranded at first. Time to, well, we go to the bottom of the 6th here in St. Louis. 3-0.
You've reached the goals that you've set for yourself at the beginning of the season, Capricorn, but you're already looking ahead to what you can achieve next year. Give yourself a chance to appreciate how far you've come, and new goals will keep you playing better than ever. Your ambition will propel you to play even harder as you step onto the diamond for your final games.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a
21 or older. Gambling problem? Call the Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-589-9966.
Make your morning a Tom Brenneman morning. Tomorrow at 5 a.m. on 700 WLW.
Scott Barlow's back out there after getting the final out of the Cardinals' 5th. Lars Nootbaar standing in, and Nootbaar takes a backdoor breaking ball for a called strike. Speaking of the bottom of the 5th, it's brought to you by Boone County Bourbon. That's the gift shop. Distillery-only limited releases and tours. Also book your next event, wedding, meeting, or party at the event center. 0-1 to Nootbaar, swing and a miss, and a fastball that sinks down and away. 0-2 on Nootbaar. The 0-2 pitch. Playing a bouncing ball to short. Ellie gets a tricky hop late, but gloves and throws in time to get Nootbaar. Ellie able to negotiate that hop because he played it right in front of his body. Nice job to get in front of it. There's one gone here in the Cardinals' 6th inning. Well, let's revisit our Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. On this date in 1882, the Reds clinched the first league championship in franchise history. What league's title did the Reds capture in 1882? A, the American Association, B, the National League, or C, the Union Association? First pitch, a strike to Pedro Pajes. The count is 0-1. You said A, American Association.
I did.
I said C, Union Association. I just don't think it was the American Association, nor do I think it was the National League. But I don't ever remember the Union Association. I'm sticking with C anyway.
Okay.
The 0-1 to Pajes. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away, and the count is 0-2. You know what? It's probably going to be National League. I should change my answer, but I'm sticking with it. No, you're right. It was A. In the league's inaugural year, the Reds won the American Association Championship. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They ask it first. Yes, indeed. He went around. Pedro Pajes is down on strikes. 2 gone in the 6th.
Well, if you're going to start a new baseball league or organization of teams that has never been around before, and you're going to do it in the United States of America, what better name would be than American Association?
You got that right. Founded and operated as a major league, the Reds were members of the association from 1882 to 1889 before moving to the National League in 1890. Jordan Walker checks his swing, didn't offer at the fastball end. Coincidentally, the Reds' first NL pennant was also clinched on September 16th as the 1919 Reds claimed the first ever NL title on the same date as their American Association predecessors. 1-0. Just off the inside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. See, the more you know. Now you know all about it. Just so we can get it wrong again on September 16th, 2026. There's a strike. The outside corner.
I'm writing them all down in case they repeat, right?
Smart. It could repeat again tomorrow, and I'd probably still get it wrong. 2-1 on Walker. Barlow delivers. Breaking ball down and away, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. 3-0 in favor of the Cardinals. We play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Reds just have not been able to get anything going offensively tonight against Michael McGreevy. Barlow's 3-1. Too far inside, and that's ball 4. Walker works the walk. Two-out walk, and now Nathan Church. Brent Suter has been nominated for the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One. Fans vote to recognize who best represents the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLBtogether.com/Clemente Award. First pitch strike to Nathan Church, and it's 0-1. Brent Suter's been up and throwing in the Reds bullpen already tonight. The left-handed hitter up there now, and it's still Barlow. Here's the 0-1. Church takes up and away. Fastball, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. I don't know that you could find a better representation of what that award's all about than Brent Suter.
I would agree 100%.
It pretty much embodies the 1-1 pitch. High and outside. I was talking to Brent about it today, and it really means a lot to him. And he's become close, he told me, with Roberto Clemente Jr. over the years. So he's got some ties to the family, and it's something that it's really, really special to Brent. 2 balls, 1 strike, pick to first, runner back. Church 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. Runner at first base, 2 outs in the 6th. Barlow, a high set, and the 2-1. Swing and a foul straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a pitch right there that Church probably would like to get back. Barlow had a groove one right there, and he's even the count now with a foul straight back. Just a hair behind it.
Barlow deals the break even 2-2. Here it is. And it's fouled. Pulled down the right field line over by the tarp. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Church.
You know, the energy of games are really funny. Last night the Reds get, 13 hits. They score 11 runs. Tonight it's a 3-0 ball game, but it seems like a bigger lead for the Cardinals right now because the Reds haven't been able to get to McGreevy at all. 3-0. That is nothing.
Barlow turns and fires to first. And again, back safely is Walker. But at some point, you got to figure out a way to break the dam. I think that throw actually hit Walker in the ribs. I don't know that Stewart really got much of a glove on it. He might have whiffed. Walker caught it, though.
Yeah, right in the ribs.
Ooh. Basically like getting hit by a pitch. Walker again leaning off the bag at first. He's running the 2-2, swinging a ground ball right at McLean. He gloves, flips it over to Stewart. Out is Church. Inning over. We head to the 7th. 3-0. Cardinals lead the Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
When it comes to trucks,
folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
For Reds hitters, Michael McGreevy is still on the mound for St. Louis. Well, he's only thrown 77 pitches so far. He has just 3 strikeouts. He's walked just as many, which is a new career high. Will Benson swings and fouls away the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Benson singled back in the 2nd, one of only 3 Reds hits tonight. McGreevy had never walked more than 2 in a game prior to tonight. A lot of ground outs. That was the story last time the Reds faced him. Benson takes down and away, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Been able to get the ball in the air some, but it seems like every time the ball's been hit in the air against McGreevy, it's been hit fairly well, and Jordan Walker's run it down in right field. Now the 1-1. Benson takes a fastball too high.
Well, McGreevy will never be confused for a top-of-the-rotation type starter because he doesn't strike out a lot of hitters. But the Cardinals kind of went outside the box when they drafted him in the 1st round. A controlled pitcher with not overpowering stuff.
2-1. Line foul, first base side. But you know what? If you have good control and you keep the ball off the barrel of the opposition's bat, you don't have to throw 100 miles an hour. You can still be pretty effective.
You're going to have a hard time convincing some analysts, and some guys that are really dedicated to analytics on that count. Because the spreadsheet doesn't lie. I mean, the harder you throw, the harder it is to hit. But it also, the easier it is to get injured, and the harder it is to control the pitches.
2-2. Benson skies one high into the air, short left field, long run Newt bar, but that'll drop harmlessly foul over by the sidewall. Now my question is, we can track hard hit rate, barrel percentage, and all of that stuff now, more than we've ever been able to track it in our game before. Now that you can get a better feel for some of that stuff, do you think a guy like McGreevy can come back into vogue? Because now I'm not saying that he's not going to get hurt, but you got to believe that a guy like this is less likely to end up on the injured list and on the surgeon's table.
I would think that, but I mean, that would only be a hypothesis, so you'd have to do some data to prove. But we do know this, that guys that are, the closer they get to throwing 100 miles an hour, the closer they are to getting an arm redone.
2-2. Swing and a miss, and Benson's down on strikes.
Fired that one at 94. Must have looked like 104 to Will Benson right there. I mean, the advantage of locating your pitches, changing speeds. I've always go back to the point, Tommy, that hitters don't hit the radar gun. They hit what they see. And if you can be deceptive, you can get guys out.
Tyler Stevenson will climb in. First pitch on the way to Stevenson is a breaking ball at the knees for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Just feel like if the Reds can get a runner or two on and then come up with a hit, they can just kind of get a little bit of the momentum going in this game.
McGreevy home with the 0-1. And it's generously called strike at the top of the zone. Now 0-2 on Stevenson. And McGreevy's making it look nice and easy out there. Looks like, just looking at him, looks like he's barely broken a sweat.
Almost looks bored.
Yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he?
I mean, if there is such a thing as being in the 7th inning of a shutout.
His 86th pitch of the night is the 0-2 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. Swing and a miss, struck him out. High fastball again, 94, back-to-back strikeouts. He had only struck out one Reds batter through the first 5. He struck out 4 now in the last 5 outs.
Well, he stayed behind the 2 fastballs that he threw to Tyler Stevenson very nicely. He also stayed behind that fastball that he threw to Will Benson, where Benson was a little bit late on the fly ball to left.
Kind of helps you get that late life on a fastball too, doesn't it? Hop. Ellie De La Cruz takes a breaking ball that dips low for ball 1, and the count's 1-0. Ellie's been on both times he's been up. He worked a walk his first time up in the 2nd, then singled in the 5th. One of the 3 times the Reds have had their leadoff man on tonight against McGreevy. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, the cutter in off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, the Cardinals had a pretty successful pitcher here for a long time who really did it towards the end of his career, especially on control, changing speeds, and command. That would be Adam Wainwright. This guy kind of reminds me of Wainwright.
1-1 pitch is taken low, changeup down, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 on De La Cruz. Bases empty, 2 outs. Reds need to figure out a way to get going offensively. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good changeup over the outside corner, and Ellie's now got an even 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Adam Wainwright ended up pitching 18 years, all of them for the Cardinals. Broke into the big leagues as a reliever. His first full season, he pitched 61 games out of the bullpen. They don't do that much anymore.
No. 2-2. Backdoor breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Michael McGreevy strikes out the side in the 7th. He's got a shutout working with the Cardinals up 3-0. Time to stretch at Busch Stadium on the Reds.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Mobile.com. For over 100 years, your USI insurance team has been protecting local businesses and employees. See how the right plan and the right partner can help protect your company's most valuable assets. USI, proud insurance broker of the Cincinnati Reds.
He speaks, he listens, then he speaks more. Scott Slow, tomorrow morning at 9 on 700 WLW.
Well, a Wolvers mustard pitching change will bring the third pitcher of the night out for Terry Francona. First it was Andrew Abbott, the starter. He was relieved in the fifth inning by Barlow, and now Zach Maxwell, the big sugar, comes on for the Reds.
Brendan Donovan swings the first pitch, grounds it to Matt McClain, and he'll flip it on to first. There's one gone here in the Cardinals' seventh inning. 3-0 St. Louis. Reds have been limited to just 3 hits tonight, 6 base runners when you factor in the 3 walks that Michael McGreevy has issued. Ivan Herrera at the plate with nobody on, 1 out. He swings at the first offering and fouls it back and out of play. Maxwell comes set. His 0-1 is lifted high in the air. It is deep toward the left field corner. On the run, Benson in the corner on the track. He's got it. He almost overran it. Benson able to lean a little bit back toward the field of play to make that catch over there in the corner. Now Nolan Arenado. Maxwell turns it loose, and the first pitch is right in there for a called strike. Got to believe the way that Maxwell has pitched so far out of the Reds bullpen since coming up. Now he misses off the plate with a triple-digit fastball. He's going to go into spring training next year with a strong chance to be a big factor in the Reds bullpen. 1-1 pitch is centered up and taken down the middle for a called strike. 1-2.
You know, not all 100-mile-an-hour fastballs are the same. It just seems like when he throws his, it's just a little bit smaller.
Yes. Just throwing aspirates up there. Slider misses down and away, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Arenado.
I think there have been several pitchers that have shown themselves to be, you know, right in the mix for next year. Connor Phillips came in last night, probably pitched the best inning of the ball game for the Reds last night.
Maxwell's 2-2. Arenado reaches out, lines it right to keep Brian Hayes at third. Inning over. Maxwell works a 1-2-3-7. Reds are only down 3. It's 3-0 St. Louis. See if the Reds can.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
for the Cardinals this year after they traded away their closer, Ryan Helsley. But JoJo Romero will come in here in the 8th inning. He'll face the Reds. Left-hander comes on for the 62nd time this year.
Reds might be happy to see just somebody other than Michael McGreevy the way he was throwing tonight. First pitch is a fastball up and away for ball one to keep Brian Hayes. Romero delivers and spins a breaking ball across the knees for a strike to Hayes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-handed hitter Hayes has grounded to second, hit into a double play back to the pitcher. His last time up. Now he swings and lines one to Donovan, the second baseman. He makes the catch. A bunny hop to his left, and that's the first out in the 8th inning. Now through the end of the season, save $10 on 2025 Reds Heads Kids Club memberships. Memberships include exclusive merchandise, free Reds tickets, and more available today at reds.com/fanclubs. Matt McClain takes a strike on the outside corner. Slider at the top of the zone. The count is 0-1. Cardinals lead it 3-0. McClain has taken the ball the other way twice tonight. He's 0 for 2. A couple of flies to the right fielder. Backdoor breaking ball called a strike, and it's 0-2. JoJo Romero now backs out of the box, or backs off the mound and resets. Does a twist at the waist, looks in, has the sign, readies, and deals the 0-2 pitch. Off the plate away. Romero's got a whole pre-pitch routine he does. Very orchestrated. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider near the top of the zone to strike out Matt McClain, and there are 2 outs in the 8th inning. Now back to the top of the order in TJ Friedl.
Well, the Cardinals bullpen has been nothing really to write home about so far this year, but Romero has been a bright spot. Comes into this ball game 2.2 earned run average. Strikes out almost a batter per inning. Decent control.
First pitch to the left-handed hitting TJ Friedl's a strike call, and the count's 0-1. Arenado will play tight at third, way off the bag. 0-1 on Friedl, left-hander against left-hander. These are situations where Friedl has been known to lay down a bunt. Breaking ball on the outside corner called strike. 0-2. Arenado knows that. Now he'll back up with 2 strikes on Friedl. Romero will do a big bend at the knees, then he'll twist at the waist. So there's the twist. Holds his hands together up about his chest. Then straightens and fires too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot going on in that setup. The delivery's pretty quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a pre-pitch routine. Once he decides to go, all he does is step towards home plate.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a high fastball. Romero strikes out 2 in a 1-2-3 8th inning. He heads to the bottom of the 8th. Still Cardinals 3, Reds nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool. 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
We wanted to introduce something new. And then working in some of our past and what the past can look like in the future. I think our players absolutely love it, and our fans, we think they'll learn to love it, especially if you can win in it. You know, that kind of solves everything.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Judge, send him to Monument Park now.
Oh, we got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, yeah. I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game,
Probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
A lot of steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Lance McAllister has extra innings after the game on 700 WLW.
Well, 1-2-3 inning by Zach Maxwell, and a Wober's Mustard call to the bullpen will bring in the left-hander out of the bullpen. The only left-hander in the pen right now for the Reds is Brent Suter.
First pitch is a check swing. They ask at third. He went. Count is 0-1. Now Suter's 0-1 pitch fouled back by Burleson. No balls, 2 strikes. Suter back home with the 0-2, and it's in the dirt outside. Tough night offensively for the Reds so far. And strike 3 called right over the outside corner. Good fastball. And Burleson was just caught watching it.
It's kind of tough to be sharp when you're not in the ball game very often. This is only game number 3 for Brent Suter here in the month of September. Had a rough go of it. He had an excellent start to the year. But the life of a short reliever can be very difficult.
In there for a called strike. It's 0-1.
Or should I say unforgiving. 1 or 2 bad outings and all of a sudden your numbers skyrocket.
Ground ball right to short. Up with it, Ellie. His throw to first. Stewart has to reach for it, but keeps his toe on the bag. And they're 2 men out in the 8th inning. Brings up Lars Nootbaar. First pitch to Nootbaar is a taken strike, and the count is 0-1. Suter's 0-1. High chopper left side. Key Brian Hayes has it. Throwing from his back foot. Got him. Good play. Key Brian Hayes moving to his left. Flat-footed throw kind of falling back. But he makes the play to get Nootbaar. And Brent Suter works a very quick 1-2-3 8th inning. Last chance.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till
Or know someone who is. Reach out to Ohio's 988 Lifeline. You'll be connected with a trusted professional who truly cares and can provide helpful resources or just a listening ear. Whatever you're going through, whenever you need to talk to someone, call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Ball will will make a pitching change here for the ninth inning. They've got a shutout going against the Reds. They're going to bring in a former Red pitcher. In fact, he made his major league debut with the Reds in only one game before went back down in the minor leagues. Reds traded him away. That would be big, tall right-hander Riley O'Brien.
O'Brien get Gavin Lux. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the Reds lineup in the ninth. Down 3. O'Brien pours in a first pitch strike. The count is 0-1.
O'Brien was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays and then traded to the Reds in exchange for left-hander Cody Reed.
The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball foul, first base side. It is 0-2 on Gavin Lux. Reds are trying to avoid being shut out for the 13th time this year. 31 times the Reds have scored 1 run or less on the year. Oh, 0-2 on Lux. And he swings and fouls the 0-2 pitch straight back. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Reds have had their leadoff man on 3 times tonight. They have had a lot of difficulty advancing base runners. The 0-2 to Lux. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him the breaking ball down and in. It's 1 out in the Reds' 9th inning. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. Noelvi Marte 0 for 3 tonight. He takes a first pitch strike, 0-1.
I'm pretty sure that when I saw Riley O'Brien pitch either in spring training or even in his one major league game with the Reds, he wasn't dialing it up at 99.
I don't remember that. I feel like that would have stood out.
But he's now 30 years old. He's been kind of traveling around a little bit with different ball clubs. And he's found a home here now in the back end of the Cardinal bullpen in this season.
O'Brien's 1-1 outside, and it's 2 ball, 1 strike count to Noelvi Marte. Just over 21,000 here tonight to watch the Reds and Cardinals. 2-1. Ground ball on 1 hop. Right back to O'Brien. He gloves it, and he flips to first in time. 2 away. That was bounced right into his glove. Bring the whole family out to Great American Ballpark on family discount days provided by Klosterman Bakery. Throughout the season, families can save big on tickets in select areas of the ballpark. Visit Reds.com/family. Sal Stewart. A walk tonight, the only time he's been on. Now he grounds into the backhand of Arenado. He picks it, throws to first in time, and that's all. Reds fall to the Cardinals 3-0. They are shut out for the 13th time this year. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Summer's for swimming, biking, and the occasional scrape or sniffle. When the fun takes a turn, Cincinnati Children's Urgent Care is here with the team that knows kids best. We've got 6 convenient locations, including Crestview Hills for our Northern Kentucky friends. You can even save your spot online to skip the wait. For minor illnesses or injuries, try 24/7 virtual urgent care. Visit CincinnatiChildren's.org/urgent care and get back to summer.
Join the Reds when they battle the Cubs.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Games, Michael McGreevy 7-3. Andrew Abbott drops to 9-7 with the loss. And Riley O'Brien earns his 5th save of the year. 2 hours, 15 minutes to play it in front of 21,848 at Busch Stadium. Series wraps tomorrow. So does the road trip. More on that after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Hey guys, Hunter Green here with a health tip from Try Health. You know, I love being a pet parent to my dog Ross. I take him for regular checkups so he'll stay healthy. It's super important for you.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection at the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter. It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota. Now through September 30th, get 2.99 APR financing on a rugged new 25 Tacoma. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or lease a well-equipped Tacoma SR5 for $269 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey fans, bring a Reds Topps card to the ballpark on September 20th and score big. The first 500 fans who show their card will snag a mystery promotional item for Topps' first ever Collector Appreciation Day. Don't miss it. Grab your card and enjoy your special reward.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask CAI Insurance in Cincinnati if auto owners make sense for you.
The Reds are on the radio.
It's now time for the Cincinnati Children's Postgame Show. Reds Baseball is brought to you in part by Encore Technologies. Visit encore.tech. Tickets for less. Shop the best selection of sports, concert, and theater tickets with no added service fees at ticketsforless.com. Your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. JTM Food Group, let's create great dishes together. JTM.
Oh, this ball is hammered. I mean, way back there.
The postgame show is also brought to you by Honda East, your trusted destination for unbeatable deals and award-winning service. HondaEastCincy.com. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds.
The Reds are on the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
Well, the Reds had no answer for St. Louis starter Michael McGreevy tonight. He pitched 7 shutout innings as the Cardinals beat Cincinnati 3-0. They even this series at a game apiece with the finale tomorrow afternoon. The loss also means the Reds fall 3 games behind the Mets in that race for the final wild card spot in the National League. New York beat the Padres tonight. And this is the Cincinnati Children's Postgame Show. I'm Dave Armbruster. Andrew Abbott made the start for the Reds. He gave up a run on a sac fly in the first inning. And then in the third, Thomas Ajacey hit a 2-run homer off Abbott, and that was all the runs the Cardinals would need in this game. The bullpen of trio of Scott Barlow, Zach Maxwell, and Brent Suter pitched pretty well. 3 1/3 shutout innings in this game, but the Reds' offense was non-existent. They only managed 3 hits on the night. Coming up, we'll check scores around Major League Baseball, highlights from this game, but up first, we check back in with Tommy and Chris. You're listening to the Cincinnati Children's Postgame Show on the Reds Radio Network.
Beachmont Toyota is stocked with a wide selection of new vehicles. We've got great deals on Camrys, Tacomas, RAV4s, Highlanders, and Siennas. Plus, every new Toyota comes with a 2-year no-cost maintenance plan for added peace of mind. Shop online or visit Beachmont Toyota.
I'm Andrew Rosano, and I'm proud to serve as a medical director for the Cincinnati Reds. It takes a team of experts to keep the Reds at the top of their game. And when you and your team needs major league care, Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is ready to deliver. At Beacon, we offer integrated care with easy access to fellowship-trained physicians, X-ray, MRI, and physical therapy, all under one roof. Your care is personalized, coordinated, and focused on getting you back in the game. Call or click today and receive the same trusted care the Reds rely on. Experience the Beacon difference.
Marty Brenneman here with a diamond difference from my favorite hometown jeweler, Richter & Phillips Jewelers. I go see my friend Rick Fair for all of my jewelry needs, whether it's a new timepiece for myself or something special for my wife, Amanda. Richter & Phillips is always there to welcome me with the best selection and prices in town, and they treat their customers like family. Take a look at their outstanding Google reviews and let customers like myself tell you all about the diamond difference at Richter & Phillips Jewelers, Cincinnati's hometown jeweler since 1896.
Tess joined the plus side and found her personalized insurance policy with AAA. They did all the work and found the coverage and price that worked for her, which means Tess has time to brave the world of trumpet playing. And then there's Kate, who decided to brave the world of insurance by herself.
Please hold.
On the plus side, get more from insurance with AAA. Go to AAA.com/insurance. Product options may vary by state and participant. Visit AAA.com/details for more information.
Tough loss for the Reds tonight. They are shut out by the Cardinals 3-0. You're listening to the Cincinnati Children's Postgame Show. I'm Dave Armbruster. Let's get final thoughts on the game from the two guys who called it, Tommy Thrall and Chris Welsh.
Thanks, Ed. Chris, tough ball game tonight for the Redlegs. There's no getting around it. You kind of thought the way they looked offensively last night, especially late in that game, maybe it can carry over some of that momentum. Confidence, really, more than anything, can help lead to a little momentum today. That was definitely not the case, and Michael McGreevy was tough to solve for the Reds.
I mean, he didn't start off that great because he pitched behind in the count the first few innings. The Reds looked like they had a little bit going, and then every time they hit the ball, marginally like it could be a base hit, it was caught. And unfortunately, the more they got deeper into the ball game, the less it seemed like they were seeing the ball well. They were retired the last 12 batters in a row. There were 6 innings of this ball game where the Reds had 3 batters, and that's it, in each inning. So, you just don't sustain a rally. The bad part about all that, Tommy, is that when you don't hit, it looks like you're not trying. This team is trying, but they just could not get it done offensively.
It's tough because, at this point of the year when you lose games, and it's not realistic to think that you're going to win out at this point of the season. But every time you lose a game and the team you're chasing wins a game, it's just another crushing blow, and that was the case tonight. But you still get a chance to win this series tomorrow.
You do. Andrew Abbott pitched pretty well, and I think they're going to get a chance to win a ball game. That's the one thing the Reds have done all year long, is that they have not lost ball games due to their starting pitching. I think the same thing's going to happen tomorrow.
It's the Reds and Cardinals wrapping things up tomorrow afternoon. You'll have more on it coming up in a little bit. Tonight, it's 3-0 Cardinals over the Reds.
All right, thank you, Tommy. When we return, a look at scores around Major League Baseball. You are listening to the Cincinnati Children's Postgame Show on the Reds Radio Network.
Baseball is a hometown tradition, and so is Topics Distributing. For generations, we've supplied the Cincinnati tri-state area's convenience, liquor, and corner stores with the products fans count on. From peanuts and popcorn to the latest trends, like Even, a refreshing non-alcoholic cocktail, Topics delivers what's now and what's next. We're proud to be the hometown team behind your local store. Big enough to deliver and local enough to care. Learn more at Topics.com.
Reds fans, bring your family and friends and save big on concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans can buy $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. This grand slam of a deal includes something for everyone. Get your tickets for Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays at Reds.com/Tuesday.
WestBanco strives to be a better financial partner by providing you with the tools, resources, and advice to power good financial decisions. We're here to help you.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.